Hello everyone and welcome back to Mordheim Madness Season 1. My name is Karond. We are here for the losers bracket round 2 between Crowley and Slaviour. As you can see, Cult of the Possessed versus Undead. Crowley is the last hope of the Cult of the Possessed. We'll see how he does here on Count Steinhardt's Palace. A very close fought map and gonna be probably a pretty fast game in that regard. It tends to be, depending on which deployment you get. We have a 33% chance of having all of the units starting up in melee spread out on the map, so that will be interesting if that happens. We have high hopes for this game. I think Crowley could give Slaviour, who is one of the tournament favorites here, very tough contest. Crowley, as you saw earlier, had some difficulties against Marcus Kane and had a very inferior warband, focusing on stacking hand shot for some reason and using it in the wrong way. But since then he has remade his warband a bit, focusing more on headshot and burst damage. And as always happens when you redo something and you have some success with it, you tend to continue with it. And I think it's not going to be too much of a surprise what Crowley is bringing to the table here. But we will see. I would actually expect 2 Globadiers, a Chaos Spawn and 5 Dark Souls, together with the Order Magister, but maybe there is something else. I hear they're about to start, so let's just go into the game and wish both players good luck. Alright, here we are, 3,899 against 4,188. That's probably an indication here that we're gonna see the Chaos Spawn, and we do! And I haven't mentioned it so far, but we are going to follow this game from Crowley's perspective. And while we're here, let's, as they deploy, they're going to deploy in different ends of the map, and it's a clear advantage to Crowley here who gets to deploy in the buildings, since the courtyard is very open. Going to be well for his Globadiers. We see the current playoff table here and listed out, so whoever wins here is going to go up against Kid and Paw, which should be a very interesting game for whoever gets up there. So let's see what happens here with... See that? There are 2 mutants here for Crowley instead of the Globadiers. It could be mutant archers. We'll have to check. But I'm guessing that the rationale behind this might be that the Globadiers poison you and don't do too much against someone that only uses vampire and zombies. So actually doesn't do anything. On the other hand, poison was never a really big thing with Crowley's Globadiers. It was more about the movement speed. Yeah, we see that the both of the mutants here are actually melee. That's very strange, but seems that we are wrong and Crowley is able to surprise us here. Very tight initiative ladder here between the 2 opposing warbands. Crimson Shades are gonna be fantastic. Or just switching weapons for that matter. Very high initiative to start out here for Slaviour, who's definitely the favorite, but if you do remember the Slaviour's game against Driss when he faced the Raktor, he could really crush and capitalize on some of the Slaviour's weaknesses here, and it was a very tight game, considering that Driss was a newcomer. I will see a Globadier for Slaviour here at least. Poisoning the main gate out here. So hopefully Crowley can do some real damage. I don't think his Chaos Spawn is built perfectly, but with an Order Magister and Daredevil on the Chaos Spawn, as well as a Blood Offering, I believe, he could do some tremendous amount of damage. And remember that Daredevil gives a free dodge attempt, but all of these zombies, you know how much agility they do have? 1. So they are the absolutely worst dodgers in the game here, and that just makes Daredevil so much better for Crowley. And hopefully that's what he's bringing here with these mutants as well. We see Slicer, which is not gonna do anything for the secondary effect, but Thousand Eyes could help with mitigating some damage, making them very difficult to hit. It's a bit strange that you have the I guess it's good to have the Magister slightly after the Chaos Spawn after all, but that's only for the first turn. Since you want to use Order after the Chaos Spawn has engaged, this is a good setup. But on the very first turn, Crowley will probably do a delay with the Chaos Spawn to be able to get Weapon of Destruction on him. For the first turn, that's always a good idea. And since that only costs 1 blue pill, then you have 7 blue pills left over to move around, and then on the next turn the Chaos Spawn starts first, so they already have Weapon of Destruction on them and can dish out more damage. You can take a look at the top left corner of the screen here. We see 214 morale for Crowley and 162 for Slaviour, which is really high for Slaviour. We have to mention that, since this is an undead warband with only zombies in it, which means that you have to kill pretty much every single hero here to get Slaviour to rout. Crowley can take quite a few beatings here as well. 214 is not super high, but it's not low either. Yeah, he hasn't seen... You can see 2 clouds over here. The Globadier has 9 red pills, so that's possible. First out goes the Chaos Spawn here, and he's immune to poison, the only guy that is. But you could check, you saw when he went through the main gate, I don't think we saw the poison globe go up, so it might be a false poison cloud. But the one on the right definitely was real. 4 zombies and a vampire thrall so far, but we know that there must be a Globadier nearby. The Globadier started over there, he moved all the way up to the stairs and then back. He's probably in a nearby building here, or just behind. Yeah, we already see him here. Left corner, so we already have the Globadier. Noted. I would not go too far ahead. Yes, you do have exhaustion, but we'll see. Time is running out. What can he do? Remember that this Chaos Spawn does not have Weapon of Destruction on him, so you do a lot less damage. You do see a Necromancer here. It could be a really good target. There's some... Oh, wow. Triggers the Blood Offering. I don't know why he wants to delay now. Is it possible? No, I don't think that Negan here can... All of the units are named Negan, but I don't think that... Okay, so that was actually a real poison cloud, and all 3 of them are real. But yeah, there's no way you're gonna get out there. That was an unnecessary delay. Even worse here, you... Can't you at least target one of the mutants or something? Like you... Yeah, I don't know. This guy seems extremely speedy. Is he gunning for the Globadier? I think he is. Yeah, he is. And will he reach him? Yeah. Very nice catch for Crowley here early on. And that's even better, getting stunned there. We see Destroyer here. Another critical hit. And the way he's positioning himself is definitely knocking him down for the rest of the game. So this is a really good move, an instant advantage here to Crowley. I really like this move, a very good choice. Although I wish that you had gotten Weapon of Destruction from the Magister, then the Globadier would actually have been dead now. I mean, you're gonna suffer a few poison clouds, that's it before you die. Most likely, unless one of the zombies comes and help out. Yeah, I'm really not liking this. Look at this mutant. He has Clawed Feet, Slicer and Thousand Eyes. 3 good mutations, no doubt. But what does he wear? He has a helmet on. His all-alone check is probably not that great. So why is he going in against these zombies? Why is he so eager? He ignores Weapon of Destruction and he just rushes blindly into Slaviour, who's gonna surround him. I don't think this is like for 19 damage, no, this is not a good choice. And if these really speedy units, the Chaos Spawn and the Mutant, can reach this place, Will that be the same for the Dark Souls? I don't think so. Wow, that's a really nice critical hit. Alright, and we do see... actually, that was wrong of me. That was 102 Crowley. No! No! What are you... Crowley! Pull back! Good lord. No! That's the big mistake. That's gonna... Yeah, and Your Majesty didn't do anything this time. What weapons? Should have used it on the mutants and the chaos spawn, but there you go. But why? Why go into the other necromancer? It's so useless. The priority here now for... I don't see a poison check for the first one. Yeah, I think it still is a false one. I love this one. Meditation. Actually, let's bring that up quickly so you get a little bit of read on it. I like it. Crowley has done everything. But why go in against Necromancer? Yes, you want to order him down. That's true. But if you do this, you're gonna get surrounded and probably killed. Yeah, I don't see anything coming out. So that's a false poison cloud. This is a real one. I'm also not particularly fond of using exhaustion here. You're taking 30 damage on each of your units without actually getting anywhere. You're close enough, you can move in on the next turn. So why clog up this area? Yeah, you're blocking yourself with the zone of control here from the mutant. Number one priority for Slaviour now is the exposed Chaos Spawn, who killed one of his necromancers, and they really don't want the second necromancer to go down because he relies a lot of Call of Vanhel. As we saw, it's already applied on every single zombie. You can see that from the visual effect. I'm not liking Crowley's strategy. He rushes blindly into it with his damage dealers who are gonna get surrounded, and he's taking a lot of damage on his tanks that only have 310 wounds. That's 30 damage from exhaustion, plus from the poison cloud if they did fail it, and then you're gonna get it in subsequent turns from the poison cloud as well. The good move here was of course killing the necromancer. Really good move, perfect move. But if you just moved back behind the wall, and all of these Dark Soul could cover up, and it would have been a perfect setup. Also locking down the cover there, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna see lots of damage being done here. There goes the single dodge attempt. He's gonna take 30 damage as well at the start of the turn, remember that. That's not gonna do anything. Remember that the Chaos Spawn bypasses all parry stances. Slaviour's alert here, he should probably go in with 2 units against this mutant to force an all-alone check, and the rest of them into the Chaos Spawn. Maybe one into one of the Dark Souls to clog it up. Hopefully Crowley has Attracting Lure, so you can actually force some position changes here. Attracting Lure is the skill that forces a leadership test, and if you do fail it, it's your leadership times 3, then you're forced to flee. And that is a very powerful ability that's mostly, well, it's the most effective against zombies since they have such a low leadership. Another 30 damage plus the 16 damage he took, plus the damage he's gonna take from the poison cloud. You can see here from the initiative ladder that Vampire Thrall actually got buffed with Call of Vanhel as well. Meaning she got a boost in plus 20 to her initiative. We are talking about it, but I bring this up every single game. But if You want to be reminded of exactly what it does. Here it is. You see that it makes zombies very, very tanky. It's an all-use spell. Very good choice here, I think. Locking down one of the Dark Souls, creating a front line. And since Crowley has avoided any kind of range, crowding up the front line is only gonna be good. Yeah, what is he doing? Yeah. Why? Why? I don't get this from every single player. They need some kind of... I need to make a guide of this, I think. I mean, yeah, and don't start in the poison cloud. At least it's using meditation for exhaustion. Because if you use exhaustion first, you can't use meditation. But why take the idol with him? It's not like Slaviour is gonna go in there and take your idol away from you. What you have just done here is that you are setting yourself up to get a bigger morale loss when that Dark Soul dies. Completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. There is a time and place for taking the idol with you when it is at actual risk, but in this way it's like you're bringing it to Slaviour. You're not keeping it away from him. It depends on what these units are gonna do here now, but they're probably gonna, yeah. Chaos Spawn is the main target here. It's gonna be beaten to a pulp. So waiting for someone doing insult, maybe? Alright, so they were waiting for the Vampire Thrall. What can she do? Can she boost her initiative even higher to get 2 turns in a row against the Chaos Spawn? Okay, she just lowered her initiative a bit. Getting exhaustion. Do we see insult? Yeah, we do. Master insult. Alright. You can see that, a very nice 95% hit chance. Looks like the Crusher rotation. Yeah, focusing on doing as much damage as possible. Adrenaline Rush on a second attack here. Not a bad choice. I think the Chaos Spawn is going to go down, and that's going to be a really big disadvantage for Crowley. Like that's probably the main damage dealer. Like I don't see anyone else that does a lot of damage for the Order Magister to focus on. I mean, yes, you do have the mutants, but they don't seem to be doing too much damage. Like if you're only doing around 19-20 damage to one of the zombies with 50% armor, they're doing 40 damage. At least you have a very low strength, probably around 6. What we're gonna see from Tyrant here? 5 attacks with Adrenaline Rush. He doesn't have Mastered. Does have Frenzy though, so that's even more damage. Yeah, 58 damage. He's gonna go down. And this was such a clear mistake by Crowley. Why would he go in like this? Why is he doing this to us? And there we go, evening out the score, 1-1, although an impressive is not really just 1. Yeah, why not? You're protecting, you don't have to take the idol, but your area is protecting it anyway because the character arrow is across it, and you're not really in the front line, so it's pretty much like if you had moved the Chaos Spawn back behind the wall, could come out with Tyrant as well. Wow, that's hurt so much. Look at the percentage chance here.
A new round has started.
Very nice stun resistance, but that was really... So what can Crowley do now? Obviously he needs to kill the Globadier when it's his turn, and it seems like he will get the chance. Isn't that the mutant that they are on the same initiative now? So seems like he's gonna be able to kill them before the Globadier can actually throw a Poison Cloud. Bit lucky on that part, but Crowley needs something. Obviously getting Globadier is also going to be really important when it comes to playing the game here of the morale. This is another unit that will lower the morale of Slaviour Warband. Getting a considerable amount of damage in here. Yeah, here we go. More or less equal now, not score-wise really, that's 2-1, but Crowley has killed 2 heroes and Slaviour's killed 1 impressive, so that's 2 hero slots both going down. But we have one of the mutants here about to die, we have one of the Dark Souls about to die. What can he do with this mutant here? I think he needs... No! Ah, that's so... Yeah, he really didn't need that to happen. See, he wants to go into these 2 zombies, because if he did that, he would have negated the all alone that's gonna to happen to the other mutant here. I mean, unless he goes in with the Magister here, but I don't see why he would. Why are you delaying? Who are you waiting for? See order there. Just a brief little lag spike. All right. What else? Classic abilities of an Order Magister. Gonna get 3 orders off. Oh, that's probably a miss, right? Probably wants to hit the other... Yeah, the one that he just buffed up with Weapon of Destruction. Like, why would he target the other one? Yeah, exactly. But you brought that on yourself, Crowley. You brought that on yourself. decent amount of damage. Can he protect this Magister? He needs to be able to do that. Nice to land that. And look how clustered up the fight is. I wonder if Crowley wouldn't have been better served with his normal team here. I should have used... okay. At least he used insult. He's about to die, and maybe the Necromancer will kill him off with some spells here. Good choice, but he's not the one that will be targeted. See, look at this. He's not even been in a fight yet, and he's still... he's lost 45 wounds already, even before coming into a fight. I don't like this. No, don't go. Why put so much effort into this really tanky? No, you should have tied up other units. That's a really poor investment of your wounds. Look at that. You take 30 damage guaranteed to have a 50% chance of doing. Let's be generous and say 14 to that's 17 damage. So that's almost half of the damage. So you have it's not a good trade. Like, you basically have a 25% chance to do as much damage as you are inflicting. No, not even that. It's just poor. Oh. A 50% chance to do half of the damage that you're inflicting on yourself. And meanwhile he's tying up all of his Dark Souls, and now he can't use Attracting Lure if he has it. It doesn't seem like he has it. But he's just tying up a lot of units that he could use to lock down zombies and necromancers and even the vampire. Can he nudge past? No, I cannot. And it seems like he accidentally went into the Dark Soul here. Probably didn't want to do that. Wondering why he was trying to nudge himself in there. Get at the other Dark Soul maybe. Definitely more lucky than the Dark Souls so far. Some luck here from Slaviour that his 89s got to move before Crowley's 89s, but it's gonna be really important for Crowley here to... I think he still needs to support the mutant, right? The one that's on that's furthest in. I think so. I think he still has two two zombies on him, forcing all alone checks. At least he resisted some damage. Still is taking a lot of damage as well. I think this could be a good move, trying to lock down the vampire, but I'm not sure he actually can be locked down. Yeah, he can definitely disengage from... I think he can actually disengage that as well from towards the wagon, it seems like he probably could. Half dead. No, more than half dead. He needed that to weigh up. No, don't do adrenaline rush. Here's where attracting lure would be so useful. You saw that the vampire here, she was in a defensive stance, mastered, and that's 20% melee resistance. But if you're attracting lured and you fail it, not only do you get 3 hits on her that have a very high chance of hitting, you also completely negate having the stance in the first place. Meaning that you could get up to close to 70% chance of hitting her with those Dark Souls instead, and that would have been much better. Imagine if you had a spawn still. Crowley, Crowley, Crowley. Idol of Death. Obviously it's not gonna do anything with the all alone fear and terror towards all of these Dark Souls. Of course it's gonna do a lot against these guys, the mutants, but the more important thing here is going to be the morale impact is increased by 4, which means that yeah, we see that unit going down. Very nice. You saw that he lost 26 morale here. Normally he would lose 12 morale plus 1 for each level that that unit had, since it's a hero. That's 22 morale, but since he was within the Idol of Death, he lost 4 more morale. And that just means that Crowley is gonna route faster, and that's a really good use out of Idol of Death. There is an idol that turns this around, and that's the Idol of... is it pleasure, or there is something like that. I forgot almost what its name was. A lust, Idol of Lust. That's the one, slanishing one from the Doomweaver. You can revert that, making sure that you take less morale penalty when you are going out of action. Obviously the offensive Idol of Death is much more useful in this regard, and especially gonna be harsh on these 2 mutants, and if that mutant wasn't dead it would have emphasized the all alone check here. So the Magister is also gonna be locked down here. He might actually die here soon. If this zombie can reach him, maybe there is another zombie here that is free that was pummeling on the Chaos Spawn. I could also do a considerable amount of damage. Also remember that you do have Tyrant, Slaviour's vampire, that could also go here and kill the Magister off. Yeah, we're gonna see another zombie coming into this little space. He should really try to block this off. We might see the Magister going down here as well then. Adrenaline rush and a kill. 88% chance. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can roleplay it. And I think that Crowley is realizing now how much of a mistake it was to lose the Chaos Spawn that early, only trading for single Necromancer. It's sort of the engine in this warband, and these Dark Souls, I mean, they're not bad, but they're only there to hold up units. That's all they are. I wonder if Slaviour's been a little bit inspired, but because I played Dark Souls like this in the previous tournament I did, but I only played 2 of them. Then I played the rest with as heavy damage Dark Souls instead. So you always had some way of getting damage. And it was the way of pairing them up against certain units that made a difference. Getting some great traction here. Can you disengage tyrants? And do you want to? Maybe you can actually kill this unit, who knows? Remember, he's still in frenzy. %77% chance, it's not that bad, and 53 damage is good. Remember that this unit has taken a lot of damage here, so... yeah, it's definitely possible. If he does hit with all of the attacks using Adrenaline Rush, I think he could possibly kill off this Dark Soul. It should probably... statistically, it should miss one of these attacks then. Hit 3, hit 4 so far. Adrenaline Rush, and a 5th attack. Doesn't miss anything. Yeah, I think this is snowballing out of control here. There are not that many units left. Oh, look at that terror test, 14% chance. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt quite a lot, and that's why Slaviour goes into the mutant here. Gonna make sure that he fails a terror test.
A new round has started.
Might even fail on a lone check. Oh yeah, he's actually starting first the next turn. Okay, that was good of him. I didn't even see that. 55% chance here. It's not that great. Two out of 3 so far. Yeah, Slaviour is really lucky. He's on a roll here. Will he have the luck and hit again? Yeah, that's unbelievable. That's really lucky. That's really, really lucky. And that's gonna be really hurtful for Crowley. Remember that this particular mutant is the only one left that can take a route test, since the manager has gone down and the other mutant's gone down. And that means he can't succeed at a route test here if he has to take one. It's still a bit off, even if... let's see, even if this unit dies, it's... wow, that's a good terror test. I think it was still 30 left, right? Yeah, 30 morale left, and if he loses the mutant, it's down to... there's 26 down, since is in the Idol of Death. Ah, come on, Crowley, you need some luck here. Oh. Seems like he's using an enchantment here that gives him plus 10% hit chance. It's something that the AI uses a lot. It's one of the most favorite enchantments. Surprises is Crowley used though. My opinion is much better to just get the plus 6% hit chance every single time instead of getting plus 10% after you have missed. Do you have any healing available? No? I don't know why you're bringing antidotes. And Slaviour did bring a single Globadier, that's true, but... well, had... unless that's that Dark Soul. Alright. Crowley trying to even it out a bit. Oh, and I like this move. I like this move. Yeah, get rid of the antidote. Pick up the idol. Very good here to play on the morale for Crowley. That's the only thing, that's the only chance he has here, I feel. And look at that! It's only 16 morale that needs to go. That means if he can get... what is it? Yeah, he needs to get the Necromancer. That's it. And he realizes that. He's going straight for the Necromancer. It's all about killing the Necromancer, because I don't think he's gonna kill the Vampire. But if he kills either of them, there is a route test coming up for Slaviour. Can he do this? Yeah, he isn't afflicted by stupidity anymore, that's true, but... all about a race. Can he kill the Vampire or can he kill the Necromancer? And he has to be careful too, Crowley, because it's... if he loses, there was one of the Dark Souls, I don't see which one that brought the idol with him, and if that unit goes down, it's a route test for Crowley. Wouldn't have been if he didn't have brought the idol with him, but now he's brought the idol, and then it's a route test. And there's two of these Dark Souls with very low wounds, as well as the mutant. Yeah. Crowley realizes his mistake. Slaviour says that he charged mindlessly. Indeed. I don't know. I don't know. Can he still play for it? I guess if the Dark Souls can get out of this and into more of them into the Necromancer, and then switch weapons so they have something else that does more damage. It is possible. I was hoping to do a one-shot kill there. That's it. One more kill for Slaviour, and Crowley has to take a route test, and if it is the mutant, he cannot succeed. A shame to see Crowley do it like this. I thought that he would have a decent chance here, but really misplayed this one, and it's over way quicker than we expected. I'm not sure here. Yeah, he can switch weapons. That's good. That is good. Probably misread the situation here. I don't feel that the two mutants were that useful. Could have gone for other units. Anything with attracting nerve really would have been really powerful against Slaviour's Warband. As well as a Doomweaver. I mean, if you know that your target's gonna be in Call of Vanhal on every single unit, then having a Doomweaver with Idol of Change that automatically takes away the buff for any unit that steps into this wide area. That would have been really good. So a Doomweaver would have probably been a very sensible choice here. Switch into a staff. Plus 10% casting chance. It's a blue one, remember? Trying to finish off a Dark Soul here. Kinda like Life Stealer. I've done the math on it, and it seems like when it comes to a wound comparison, that's bad luck. But you need some bad luck here to even it out. If you do if you do it compared to, I think, the Comet of Sigmar, yes, you do less damage than a Comet of Sigmar per red pill, but the wounds that you regain makes up for the difference. So if you have a Purifier starting casting at the Necromancer and the Necromancer casting back, they do roughly amount the same amount of damage every turn. So it's balanced in that regard. Well, balanced and balanced, you know, the Comet of Sigmar is one of the most powerful offensive spells in the game, especially when it comes to damage. And that's gonna be a route
Your
test.
warband morale is critically low.
Indeed, it is critically low. And I don't think that mutant is gonna have too great of a chance here to do it. See if he can actually kill off the mutant too. If he can do that, he can just end the game right here. 23% chance, yeah. Sorry. That was not to be. Although that's kind of a call sign here for Slaviour. He tends to succeed a lot on the 20% chances, I feel, when it comes to managing scoring kills. It's one of his lucky things. I've seen it a few times in Slaviour's games. Not too many Dark Souls remaining. There's not too much remaining actually for Crowley at all. It's one mutant and 2 Dark Souls, that's it. And this Dark Soul is about to die, the other mutant is about to die. What's left? It's that guy. I might see another death there. Indeed. With a further 4 morale loss. Yeah, definitely a Doomweaver could have been a good choice here. And it would have also tied in with the melee aspect, since these mutants were clearly meant to be very tanky, and Crowley probably deemed that he needed that. And what are Doomweavers if not tanky? That's kind of how they are always built, for melee resistance. That seems to be something Crowley favors. So, surprised they didn't go that route. This is a pretty boring mopping up situation. Only this Dark Soul and almost dead mutant left here. It's gonna be a very interesting game to see Slaviour against Kid and Paw coming up in the losers bracket round 3. That
A new round has started.
Since this is round 2. Kid and Paw, who did actually defeat Slaviour in the group stage 8-3. Bit part of the deployment in that case, but Slaviour's probably out for revenge here. Look at that, 39% magic resistance, that's pretty decent. Comes from the talisman mostly though. Which gives plus 30%, still has that on him. And that's it. Crowley cannot even make the route test. Can't you just press and turn Slaviour, come on. Like the game is already over. He's trying to inflate the numbers here, but it's already decided Slaviour's gonna go through and have a rematch against Kid and Paw. So we will be tuned back into that. Maybe we won't get him. Ah, it's... He's gonna run on the rush again, let's see. And there we go, alright. Thank you everyone for watching this game, hope you enjoyed the game, and we'll see you in the loser bracket round 3 between Slaviour and Kid and Paw. Until then, thank you for watching.